Alright, so in this video I'm going to be explaining 1.1 for the GCSE Computer Science course. So let's first start off with the purpose of the CPU. So the purpose of the CPU is to use the fetch, decode and execute cycle in the processing of instructions. So in the fetch instruction, it will copy the memory address from the program counter to the memory address register. Copying the instructions stored in the memory address register to the MDR and increment or increase the program counter. The decode instruction in the MDR is decoded by the CPU or the CU. The CU may then prepare for the next step, e.g. by loading values in the MAR or the MDR. That's the decode instruction. Execute instruction. The instruction is executed. This might be loading data while processing instructions. So let's move on to the VNA or von Neumann architecture. So this was von Neumann's idea of a system where the CPU runs programs stored in memory. Programs consist of instructions and data and are stored in addresses. So part of the CPU in this model is the input device, the output device, and the storage in memory. We also have the control unit, which consists of the program counter, which holds the address of the instruction for the cycle. Then we have the arithmetic and logic unit, which consists of the accumulator and stores the immediate results of the ALU. The ALU does maths calculations and logical and or not. The registers are also another part of the CPU. With the memory address register, this holds the memory address of the instruction that's about to be processed, and the memory data register, this holds the actual data or instruction that's about to be processed. Let's look at the CPU components and their functions now. So let's look here now. So the ALU does basically all the calculations in the CPU, whether it be maths, which is arithmetic, or logic, which is and or not. It can perform binary shifts, process binary data. It can do addition, subtraction, compares the size of numbers, and can do other calculations as well. The cache is a very fast memory located close to the CPU. It's slower than the registers, but it's faster than RAM. It stores regularly used instructions, which speeds up the process of the computer, so the CPU doesn't have to keep going back to main memory. It has very low capacity, but it's very expensive compared to RAM. There are different levels of cache memory, level 1, 2, 3. Level 1 is the quickest, but has the lowest capacity. Level 2 is slower than level 1, but can hold more. And level 3 is the slowest, but can hold the most. And now the control unit. The control unit is an overall control of the CPU. Its main job is to execute the program instructions, which is the fetch, decode and execute cycle, which I explained before. It controls the flow of data in and out of the VNA model as well. Now let's move on to the functions of a CPU. I think we've just been through this now. It is to follow the fetch, decode and execute cycle when processing instructions. The common characteristics of the CPU is, so first we have clock speed. This is the number of instructions in a single processor, which basically the number of instructions that can carry out per second, which is measured in hertz. The higher the clock speed, the greater number of instructions that can be carried out per second. So now we move on to number of cores. Each core in a CPU can process data independently of the rest. The more cores the CPU has, the more instructions it can carry out at once. Most PCs have 4 or more cores. Now we have cache size, which I think I've just been through. Cache size is data storage inside the CPU. It's much faster than RAM. A larger CPU gives the CPU faster access to more data it needs to process. Now we move on to the final bit of 1.1, which is embedded systems. So an embedded system is basically a small computer inside a larger everyday system. So this could be your average washing machine, microwave, TV. So embedded systems are computers built into other devices used for everyday use. Embedded systems are often used as control systems. They monitor and control machinery in order to achieve one result. Now, embedded systems are normally defined to one specific task, and they are easier to design and produce for people to make, and they're more efficient at doing their task than a general process computer. So that'll wrap it up for 1.1. I hope you enjoyed the video. If I made any mistakes, please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.